Our next guest is Christopher Allan. He has got a new show coming out, and I just wanted to welcome him here. He specializes in mediumship. I know sometimes I have guests on, and you may or may not agree with people's talents, extracurricular activities, but you know, I believe. So with us now is Christopher. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Good, good. And that's what it's kind of a talent, right? Mediumship is a talent. Would you consider that?
Everybody calls it a gift, you
Right.
know, and I'm humbled, but I definitely think it's like any other thing that you acquire and you're interested enough, you definitely can learn it. Almost like playing a piano. Everybody loves music. Everybody can tap into that, but nobody's ever, you know, maybe naturally gifted. You have to learn your scales, and I think this is something that is acquired.
Okay. And at what age did you realize that you had this uniqueness to you?
About like 7 or 8 years old, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I was like 12. You were 7 or 8?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So what happened?
I'll never, like, the story I always tell is definitely 7, 8 years old. Day after Christmas, I was coloring in a coloring book I had gotten for Christmas next to my grandmother's feet, and I literally heard a voice of a guy in my head saying, "The phone's going to ring. Call out to your grandmother on the couch and say, you know, Sal's okay." So I just said, "Hey, Grams, Sal's okay." And the phone rang, and it was this man's family that called my grandmother to tell him that her best friend Sal had actually died 3 days earlier.
Wow.
And my grandmother and my family were like,
What? Yeah.
So from that point on, it was like, well, there's something to that. And every time I conduct a session or do shows, I try to tap into what it felt like when I was 7 to do that for my grandmother.
Also to embrace the gift, you know, because a lot of times it's hard for people because they need to be able to kind of harness it. So what coping mechanisms do you use for yourself to keep yourself protected?
I'm a musician, so
Okay.
everything that has to do with music, that's what I do to get in my zone or protect myself or just to kind of get in that energy sphere. Meditation, you know, it's cliche, but it's the best way to get centered with yourself, you know, and block out all those busy thoughts you have. And that's why it's hard for people to tap into this world, because we're so clouded and affected by this type of society we live into, you know. So I definitely feel like, oh, I'm helping people also not understand the work of the afterlife, but also to how to connect with their intuition, their higher self, you know, themselves.
And to let them know that it's okay once you're out of your body bag. That
Absolutely.
there is like life after the body bag. You know, you're here for this experience, but then you're going to go on to another experience, and it's all kind of related.
Yeah, this is just temporary. It's a blip of time that we're here, you know, and it's all about, my biggest message I want to show people is not to focus and dwell on death. It's about, they want us not to focus on them. They want us to live our best life and to, you know, celebrate life. And that's what I really try to demystify this work.
Kind of like traveling to another country. That's how I'm going to be looking at it. You know, because I used to be afraid of dying too, but now I'm just kind of like, oh, I like to travel. It'll just be an experience. I'll be traveling to somewhere unknown.
Yeah. The thing is, I think once we do pass away, I think it's not this great unknown. I think it's this, oh, hey, I'm back, you know?
I like that. That's a really great attitude. And I know you're going to be doing something live, right? You got your own TV show now. What's going on with that?
Trying to be a little cutting edge with social media. You know, a lot of people who are skeptics of this work always say, oh, you know, the readings are like scripted, or, you know, it's editing that makes them so great. I want to do a live show, you know, where I'll bring in my audience in a production facility, and we're going to, no strings attached, just raw energy, read people as if I'm doing at a show, just live, and I get to blast it out on social media. And I also, you know, help people from Long Island and New York. You know, I want to promote what they do. That might not be psychic-esque, but in the realm of helping people and helping the community and looking at things more spiritually.
Yeah, so many people, and the reason I started the show in the beginning was I just wanted to give people hope just about anything, you know, because the economy was bad and people were losing their jobs, and those things still happen, but it's to give them some skills or some hope, because I felt like if they could watch a segment on my show, then they themselves would want to maybe celebrate the entrepreneur inside of them. And it's been working. I've interviewed over 4,000 people now, and I'm having the best time. So I get it. You're using your gifts to make a difference.
Trying.
Yeah. It's great stuff.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and I just want everybody to be able to, you know, look at this work and kind of say, hey, you know, maybe I might not be able to tap into it the way that he is, but to focus on how we're all, you know, in this life together, and we are all supposed to focus on making our best life and not dwelling on death and not taking death so seriously. You know, I want to try to, you know, interact with my audience. So I'm looking forward to doing the show.
Celebrating life.
Celebrating life.
Love it.
With the
Christopher Allan.
afterlife.
There you go. Ta-da-da-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed this segment, a little portrait of Christopher Allan. Stay tuned for more on Live It Up.